Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to see if I can get this truck to idle for a little bit, get some heat into it, hopefully run more than the 2.7 seconds that it's been running. But stick with me, we'll see if we can get this thing to run for a little while. Okay, if you're just joining me on this quick recap, brought this truck home. The motor was locked up. We got the motor to unlock, clean the points on it, poured a little gas in the carburetor, run a hot wire to the coil, hooked a switch to the starter solenoid, that way we get it to turn over, put a little gas in the carburetor and it fired. The second video, I went through and got fuel to come up to the carburetor from the fuel tank, and after running it for a few seconds, realized that the carburetor needed to be rebuilt. So let's open it back up and take a look at what we're going to do. I wanted to reuse this carburetor, but it's leaking really bad. I went and priced a rebuild kit, and the rebuild kits were about $40. Then priced a carburetor that I could just bolt on here, and it was $70. So I went with the $70 route. We're going to put that carburetor on here and see if we can get this thing to idle. Okay, made it back with my eBay special carburetor. And I don't do unboxing videos, so I'll tell you what I got. A piece of fuel hose, got a new filter to go with it. And a cute little 1-barrel carburetor. And looking at it, it looks like it should work. This one has 2 accelerator pumps, makes me think it might be for an automatic car, but everything pretty much looks like it'll line up. So let's try this guy out. Get our temporary ignition wire out of the way. Start removing some hose clamps. Hopefully everything will just come off like you want it to. Well, that doesn't want to give up. Come on. Don't break off in there. But do come out of there. Might have to cut these guys off. I've only been there for like 40 years. What's the problem? Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut them. I don't need them anyway. All right, let me grab something to cut them with. All right, cutting tool. I'm just gonna cut that all solid. Stinky gas. That's all right. All right, follow that. Okay, fuel line is removed. Get a little spray to help that out. I'll try some WD. Hopefully that comes loose okay. Go ahead and put a little bit on the studs. Okay. Got my wrenches. And let's see if we can get that hard line off first. Careful. Well, that broke loose from the carburetor. Ah. That's good. That's 2. If you count the one at the fuel tank. That did not twist the line. Must be living right. Okay. And we need to get that off. Get this throttle cable disconnected so it's not throttling. Check. Get the return spring off. Ow, ow, ow. Also check. Leave that in place so I remember how it goes. Get their correct size wrench. Okay. Get you loose. Cute little 1-barrel carburetor. Right in front of everybody too. Okay. Yeah, normally I would rebuild these, but I didn't realize kits had gone up so much, especially for little 1-barrel carburetors. And not that it was cheaper to buy a new one, because it wasn't, but the amount of work I would have had to put into this, it just made sense to buy a new one. Unless, of course, the new one that I bought doesn't work, and then I end up rebuilding this anyway. But we'll find out. It'd be nice to hear this thing run for more than a few seconds. Maybe get a little heat back in it, because my intent is to drive this truck. If I can get everything going, of course. All right, halfway there. Can we get you loose without stripping? Felt like it. Yes. Oh yeah. I guess one of the good things about the 1-barrel, it's only got 2 bolts on it on. It's half the work of a 4-barrel. A little bit long-winded on the studs. Probably doesn't make for great content, but they gotta come off. Not that I'm a content creator. I'm just a guy that works on old trucks for fun. Sounds kind of funny, working on trucks for fun. But I enjoy it, especially if I take something like this that hadn't ran in forever. Get it back going. Maybe get it on the road and start using it like a truck again. Okay. Second bolt nut check. So are you going to just lift off like I would want? A little bit of persuasion. Gasket's been on there. And there's our 1-barrel with lots of RTV all over it. So it's definitely been an issue in the past with it leaking. Well, that's okay. Let's set this down right there. And the old gasket came off. That's good. One less thing I got to worry about. Did it come with a new gasket? It did come with a new gasket. Okay. New gasket. Activated. Nice. So I think I'm going to change out. Is it change out or is it adapted? It's adapted. So I don't need to change that out. So we will put you to your final resting place, like so. A couple nuts on, hold you in place. Oh, so don't cross thread them. Come on. There you go. I got one started. Okay, we'll get number 2 on. Hopefully without dropping it. Come in from the side. Alright, got number 2 started. We'll run it down. Wouldn't it be nice if this is all it took to get this truck running well? Probably should have put a washer on here. Didn't think about it till just now. But I don't feel like taking these back off. So let's see what it do. A little snug, not tight. That way I can kind of pull them down together. Don't want to warp this aluminum body. Oh yeah, now we're getting there. Okay, we'll put a little more on this side. Don't want any leaks. Okay. And just because it makes me feel better, tight. And tight. Okay. Now, does this need an adapter? Or does it fit? I should have tried this before I put the carburetor on. But I think the adapter's for it. Look at that. Wrong size, like I didn't just have it 5 minutes ago. Alright, well, a little vacuum line back up to the distributor. This is almost too easy. Nothing's ever this easy for me. Does that mean that we're going to have other problems in the future? I hope not. Also, I didn't think about tightening you down when I had the chance. So I'll do it now. All right. So let's see, we'll tighten. Oh, you're already pretty tight. Fuel filter and a fuel line. I bet I regret not putting some dope or tape on these. Good thing is I can always take it back off though. Try it first without it. Let's see what happens. Okay. A little fuel filter came in the kit. Might even use new clamps. But we'll put you there just in case. Fuel filter on. Actually don't look like a bad filter. All right. Ooh, I didn't get enough clamps. I need one more. If I get it out now, I may not forget it when it comes time to put it on. Alright, get my little piece of fuel hose. We'll cut this. I don't know. What do you think? About right there, probably. There we go. File you over there. It's nice they sent so much when I needed so little. But we'll get you on there. We'll slide you on there. Tighten on these two hose clamps. And I think we'll be ready to put some fuel in this thing. I don't know what else I would need to do. Probably have to do some adjustments to the carburetor, which would be expected. But that's okay. All right. Get that out of the way. I think that's it. Let's throw cable back on. I'm not going to put fire on the coal yet. I just want to see fuel get up to it. Alright, we got fuel in the filter and a little more. Let's put a little heat to the coal. See what happens. Do we hear it? There it is. Hear it? Take a little choke off. Score it a few times. I think the idle might be too low. It ran. A few squirts. I wonder if it needs choke. It does run. She rough though. Well, we'll just have to play with it and get it not rough to get a better understanding of how this carburetor works as well. That's nice, it does run. Let's try it again. A little better, but not much. All right, back on the old truck. Looked at a couple of things. In fact, I'll bring you over here and show you what I found and what I did. But it looks like the idle air screw mixture was turned all the way in, which explained the rough idle and all that shaking. And a couple of things different. The idle screw is different on this one than it was the old carburetor, so I had to figure out where that was. And my throttle return spring that came off the old one isn't going to work on this. But let me grab the camera and show you what I'm talking about. So we'll start with the idle air mixture screw. Come this way. Sorry for bouncing around so much. But this screw right here was turned all the way in. So what I did is I backed it out 1.5 turns. So that should definitely help. The return spring is different on this, and what I found was the old one pulled straight back. This one, I just got it snugged up here, but what it was doing is this was sitting, the idle, or the throttle blade was probably 1/10 or 1/8 of the way open, so that's why I couldn't get it to idle down. So I put the spring up here for now, just to keep this closed. I'll figure out another way to run this back here. It needs to be pulled down more than sideways. And then, the one that kind of I didn't know was the idle screw is over here and it's touched on this choke blade. So I had to run that out a bunch because it wasn't even touching. So it's a combination of things, but it's okay. We'll see if that makes any difference on getting this truck to idle. I'll set you back up over here. And after making those adjustments, let's see if it'll halfway run. Well, 3/4 run? It's probably halfway run the first time. Let's try it. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. Excellent. Still a little rough. That's okay. I'll take a little rough over not at all. Well, good deal. I think next I might change the oil and the filter, because I do want to keep running it and let some heat build up in it, but a little scared of that old oil just for all the gas that might be in it. So, grab some stuff and get the oil changed. Yes. How old do you think that is? It's been on for a minute. It's made in the USA, so it's got to have some age to it. Yeah, we're a little below full. So we'll add maybe another quart, which I happen to have close by. When I say another quart, I mean I'm going to guess at what a quart looks like. Sure. I'll let you sink to the bottom. And I do not expect this truck to run better after this. But I know it'll like it. Just about full. I think we're gonna call that good. Okay, put you there. Put you back on here. Set you down here before you fall over. All right. Well, for no other reason, but I want to, let's fire it back up. Better. Nothing to do with the oil. Much better. What I don't like is in the radiator, it looks like a darn like fuzzball. Let's see if I can get that out. That's not gonna work. Nope. Maybe I'll put some more in it. It'll bring that to the top. Okay, when I said some more, I meant a lot more. A whole lot more. Okay, radiator topped off, oil changed, carburetor installed. I wonder if I should idle it up just a wee bit more. I don't know how much it was. Hopefully a wee. Okay, let's fire it again, because I like to hear it run. Call that a success. Okay, recap. New carburetor, minor adjustments are still needed, but it does sit here and idle, which is more than it was doing before. Got the oil changed, radiator topped off. We're going to call it good for the evening. Okay, well, if you followed through, appreciate you watching. Till next time. I'm gonna take that cap off. I like my hand, I want to keep it. So, it just burned for a little bit.